The state of the nation in this division. The Cardinals are up top. Don't you worry, Cardinals. You're going to get your due in this first hour of GMFB. But there they are. 3 teams at 500. Wow. The Rams sit at 3-4. Kyle, a couple years back, we dubbed the NFC South, I believe. If you can haul it, you can have it. Are we giving this treatment to this division just yet?
Yeah. It's close. Not yet. We may give it to the NFC South again, Jamie, for that matter. Yeah. But no, listen, big wins right now and exciting things going on.
Yes, Peter. Okay, let's go to Sunday Night Football and just inspect the fact that, as Kyle pointed out, CeeDee Lamb didn't want to cover him, almost coughed up a lead again. Is Kyle Shanahan okay this morning?
Yeah, look, this could have been one of those horrible Monday mornings for the 49ers fans. Instead, they find a way to win. And I look at that way they came out of the half, and it was like, all right, 3 straight touchdowns. Let's get it going. It was 10-6 at halftime. It was a weird game. It was like Mike Zimmer's having the game of his life, and then the Niners offense came alive. And I like the fact that they had to rely on some other guys. You know, Kittle made his plays, but Isaac Guerrero showed up, and Guerrero was running the ball all over the place, and then Purdy looked dialed in. They scored 3 straight touchdowns. They're up 27-10. And yes, they did what they do, and they let another team creep back in the fourth quarter, and they almost coughed it up, but the defense made the stop at the end. Purdy's been good this season. I've said that all along. Purdy's been good. And here's what I would say for Niners fans. You're now 4-4. Get the key win here. You go into your bye, and the expectation is that McCaffrey is coming back. So if you're 4-4 in a division that has no lead dog, no team that's running away with this thing, and you're getting the Offensive Player of the Year back, who has now rested for 9 weeks, I have to think you feel pretty good about your chances over the second half of the season, all things considered. Losing players to injury, terrible fourth quarter collapses, and bad divisional losses. You're still 4-4. It's like a new season because no one had the chance to really catapult above you. So Niners, solid win. Cowboys, that's a different story.
Oh, that's it. That is a different story. Boy, they got beat up, especially in the second half. It was a very slow start, to the game, and you're thinking, okay, what's going to happen? And that second half, I just absolutely love how this 49ers just came out. They made the adjustment. I don't know what happened, but they made the big-time adjustments, and they come out and they score on multiple back-to-back drives. I mean, it was crazy, and then they're shutting them out. But I liked what I saw up front, the domination in the trenches on both offensive line and defensive line. Nick Bosa was wearing the heck out of that offensive line. He was just bringing pressure, line any which side. He was going to bring that pressure and create havoc. But, to me, it said a lot about the Dallas Cowboys. And, they just didn't have that same type of fight in them. And I didn't see it. I didn't see it with the play calling. Yes, they made some plays, and they rallied back towards the back end of that. But it was San Francisco definitely dominating. One last point, though, because I know you guys are tired of hearing about it. Tight ends day. The dude that came up with tight ends day, really, he's just going to go off like that? I've got a beef with that, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, no.
Because, and maybe I should go into this later in the week.
Okay.
But the fact that he and the rest of the tight ends, they get a day, what about linemen? What about defensive linemen on top of that? But we'll talk about that. But I did like the fact that the dude who coined the term goes out, shows up, 120 yards, a touchdown, big game for George Kittle on tight ends day. We heard that a lot this weekend.
I honestly think it infiltrates the play calling at this point.
I totally
think they're actually looking to feed the tight ends. It's not even a joke. Tight ends went crazy.
I feel
yesterday.
like a memo went out.
I started finally, Peter. I got my big day out of my guy on the Cardinals, McBride.
I told you to drop him
finally, and we're in week 8. But I actually think it was because of National Tight Ends Day, and Kittle went huge. The Cowboys didn't. This is by far the most flawed Cowboys team of the Dak era. I'm not joking. They have CeeDee Lamb, and that's the only thing you're ever worried about. And you get him 13 catches and you still lose. They're very, very flawed. And unlike the Niners, I don't see any help coming. It's just they don't have, look, the Offensive Player of the Year is returning to the lineup. No, the Niners right now, they're just doing this. Treading water.
Get to the playoffs.
Treading. It was up to here. It might have even covered the nose for a bit, but they got the nose above, and they're treading water. This is a big win. This is, if they get to the playoffs and win the division, it's like, remember we beat Dallas to get 4-4? No one really cared. It was an ugly, dumb game on Sunday night, but we did it. Bye. Then Tampa, who has all kinds of problems. And again, they're not getting back a nice piece or a role player, then adding Devontae Adams, then getting back the offensive bleeping player of the year. Just be fine now and survive. Then you can play great football. This is an instantly forgettable Niners win that could be critically important because they have a 9-game season. Everybody does in the West. Everybody's 4-4.
It's as if we're starting it right now.
So you have a 9-game NFL season. Can you go 6-3? I think you probably can when you add McCaffrey, and then you can win the division. It's going to be forgettable, but it was really important. I have nothing to say about the Cowboys. I think their roster building completely failed them this year. They don't have a good roster, let alone a good team. And one of you said the Cowboys don't have a good roster. There's been times where their team's not great. They don't have a good roster, and it's very strange.